Hello. I thought I'd continue on this idea or this addressing of the traps of the ego. So, the last video I made was specifically on people pleasing, how the ego gets ensnared in this idea of if we help or sacrifice ourselves to please others, we'll get the love that we want. And I kind of went through and unraveled a little bit about what that piece is. But the next piece that is kind of the reverse of the people pleaser is the demonizer. This part of the ego is phenomenal. So the demonizer is the judger, this one that creates all of these stories about someone, even ourselves or someone else, how bad they are, how wrong they are for doing what they do, or for making up a story in our own heads about how evil and cruel they are. So to give an example that's happened in my own life, I was in a relationship a long time ago where the two of us were just not aligned for relationship anymore, and it had been a few years together, and there were just certain things that were arising in the relationship that felt like it was no longer serving me. So I made the choice to consciously step out of this relationship, and I took many steps to do it. Some pieces may have been people-pleasing pieces, but in some way of like finding a harmonious way to move out of this. But because this person's ego could not take the abandonment, her ego decided to point the finger and demonize me and make me the bad guy. So it would be easier to make the separation out of the relationship. So as time went on, instead of, from an outside view, what I saw is instead of her addressing the anger, the hurt, the pain that was happening within her from the breakup of this relationship, and of course, it always goes back to mom and dad, almost always. So whatever that anger, pain, resentment between mom and dad as a child, she was unable to address that in herself, and so of course she had to project that same anger and resentment out on me. So what she started to do is create stories that I was the bad guy, that I was the evil one, and I sense that she probably is still doing that today, because what happens within us when we're unwilling to address the root of that pain, we have to project it out on somebody. And one of those animals that it comes out is through the judge or the demonizer. So whenever we're gossiping, whenever we're pointing the finger, whenever we're making fun of somebody else, what we're doing is we're hiding from those parts within ourselves that don't feel complete, that don't feel loved, don't feel whole. So we've got to project that discomfort, that energy that is something we don't like within ourselves. We've got to project that energy out on somebody else and make them wrong, make them the bad one. So we feel okay about either being broken up with, or making the decision that we made, or the decision feeling like it's been made upon us. Instead of addressing that, we project it. We know this. We've discussed this not just on my channel, but you know this, that all these times that we send energy out, that we project out on others, is essentially what we're doing is we're throwing up on others and then blaming them for the throw up. We're blaming them for that crap that we just put on them. And then we keep perpetuating that story, and most of us will do that the rest of our lifetime. The opportunity, the freedom, the opportunity to fly, to soar with the phoenix, is to take responsibility. So the opportunity in this sense, so whether it was this person doing this, or if I demonized or judged somebody, it's I take responsibility for the emotions that I am uncomfortable with, for the energy, the negativity that I'm projecting out on you, and I take responsibility that I feel hurt, that I feel unsafe, that I feel unloved, and what I have been doing is projecting on you, and today I choose to take responsibility for it, and to address whatever those things are in me that somehow feeds off of and feels safer by saying you're the bad one. But what really is the truth is I'm angry at being brought into this world unconsciously, not being held lovingly, not having present parents, and now I have a partner who abandons me, and I feel unloved. So I take responsibility for all of these feelings, and I may not know how to heal this aspect of me or come into conscious communion and love for this part. But I take responsibility and I choose to take that step. And from there, I open the door to Spirit guiding me into a way of harmonizing, healing, loving this part of me. Because ultimately, I have no beef with this past relationship. There's so many reasons that a demonizer or a judger could make her the bad person, or I'm sure there's so many reasons she can make me the bad person. We can do that with anybody. We can do that with Gandhi. We can do it with Buddha. We can make anyone bad. But the truth is, we're all just people. We're on a human experience. We're doing the best that we can, even when it doesn't seem like it. And let's let go of the judgment. Let's let go of the gossip, and take responsibility when we're pointing that finger someplace else, that the reality is that we're not feeling complete and whole within ourselves. And so we just take a moment and we realize when we're doing that, when we're feeding off of that negativity of going, you know what, I no longer choose to slay the negativity on this person or try to bring them down. What I choose is to hold this person in the highest possibility and to hold myself in the highest possibility, which is love, beauty, light, joy, peace, honor. And so I choose to see that even amidst all of these other feelings, and I choose to address all of these parts within me that are trying to drag that person down. I see you in the light, I see me in the light, I see that love of my past, that partnership, I see that in the light, I see that person in the light, and I open the door for health, harmony, balance. So any of you who are out there judging each other, myself, anybody, why not let it go today? All right, that's all I have today. Many blessings, many Thanksgivings. I'll see you soon.